What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers are officially Luka Doncic's team. Now, it was that the moment we traded for him, but now that you actually have him locked up for the foreseeable future, this now ushers in the new era. And you saw all the players kind of rallying around him. They were all there for the press conference. You got the pictures and all that stuff, and it was great to see. Now, I know LeBron wasn't there, and that's already becoming a narrative. I'm not really worried about LeBron not being there for a couple reasons. I think one, I think, I could see LeBron going, let the kid have his moment, right? Because if he's there, all the narrative, they were already asking LeBron questions. The Luka thing, and you're asking about LeBron's future and stuff like that. Like, stick to the script, right? Like, we're here for Luka. We're not here for LeBron and stuff. If LeBron's there, guess what? The media attention, all of that, it takes away. And so it's like, oh, see, LeBron's an attention seeker. And then if he doesn't go, then it's like, oh, well, now he's throwing shade. He's working, he's training, he wants to go. Now, I do think if you want to point to anything that was odd and go like, that's concerning, it was Rob Pelinka answering the questions about LeBron. I mean, his body language, all of that. But talked about that over on As It Stands Lakers. But I want to talk about kind of just, again, this being officially Luka's team. See the players there rallying around him. Luka and Rob Pelinka are working together to build and round out this roster. Luka's recruiting, which I think is huge and is massive for this Lakers team, because not only does that help in getting these kind of role guys, but it also helps with getting the potential next star. Because it's one thing if Rob calls and wants to sign a Giannis, another thing if Luka calls and goes, I need you, right? Not all superstars are willing to recruit, right? Luka is, that's huge, right? Or even a trade. It's like, hey, Giannis requests a trade and he wants out, right? Let's say next offseason. Well, there's going to be a ton of teams that want him. Well, Luka gets on that phone and goes like, hey, yeah, I understand all these other teams, you and me. Like, imagine what we can accomplish together. Imagine how good we could be together. How many championships we could potentially win together, right? Like, those are the kind of things that I could see Luka, as an advantage for Luka. Plus, he's on a discount compared to what he would have been otherwise. Lakers are in excellent shape. And if they play their cards right, they're going to be very good for a long while. Right? You have guys in DeAndre Ayton who could end up being absolute steals if he works out and plays out. I think he will this year. My concern with Ayton is long term. My concern with Ayton is he gets his bag. Right? Let's say Lakers, he's great for the Lakers, and they sign him to 4 years, $80 million or something like that. My concern is he's like, all right, we're good. We're back, baby. Right? And he just starts to unwind a little bit. Because, look, obviously if you get Nikola Jokic, then don't really need Ayton. But Giannis, I think you keep Ayton. Right? If you could have Ayton and Giannis, because Ayton can spread the floor and knock down the 15-footer and stuff. Right? So you could have some interesting kind of dynamics in that regard. Plus, Giannis and Luka would be ridiculous. But to kind of have those two to pair off of each other, I think could potentially work. But I digress. Point is, right? I look at this Lakers team and I look at this situation and I look at just the potential with the cap space and picks and all these things. Right? Like, continue to work and build with Luka. Right? Luka's in your corner. Luka's recruiting. He wants to win. He made that abundantly clear. He said, I got the taste. It's time for me to win. Right? Like, I need to win. And so, again, we could be in this situation where it's like, oh, is Luka going to sign? He's not. I wasn't worried about it. Talked about it very heavily, that I would be pretty shocked if he didn't sign that extension. Right? But if the Lakers don't do what they're supposed to do, then this could be short-lived. Hey, you get 2 years into it, right? And now he's in the year before the opt-out year, and the Lakers aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, and he still hasn't won, and the Lakers are, middle of the pack to a play-in team. You think Luka's going to be like, yeah, here, let me sign another new long-term extension when he could just go sign that same thing elsewhere? Right? Of course he is. Of course he's going to want to do that. Now, you'd have the bird rights, all others, but still, it doesn't matter. Right? He's going to want to win. And if another place gives him that opportunity, because the whole loyalty thing was broken. I think Luka has loyalty to the Lakers to an extent, but it's never going to be to the level that he did with Dallas. Right? Because Dallas was the team that drafted him and then betrayed him. Then stabbed them in the back and did it in about as rough of a way as possible to keep this in a family friendly channel, right? Like they dragged that man through the mud. He saw the dark side of business in the NBA at that point, right? So yes, I do think that there is a certain level of loyalty to Luka, period, and just these European players. Part of it is just, they're not here full time, right? Like a lot of American players, they're here year round. They're not going to other countries and training in other countries and playing on other teams in other countries. Like most of the American guys, they're staying here year round. So they want to go to the places where they want to live, all year round. Yeah, some of them, they'll have houses in LA or whatever and be there, during the off season or whatever. But for the most part, right, they're fine moving places, because if I'm somewhere I don't want to be and we're not winning, then I might as well go somewhere I want to be, right? But these European players, they're a lot more comfortable. But it doesn't mean that there won't be that one, right? And we're hoping as Laker fans that it's Jokic or Giannis in 2 years. But what if it is Luka in a couple years? If the Lakers don't do what they're supposed to do, you have Luka who's willing to help, right? You have Luka who's willing to make the phone calls, willing to sit at the table, willing to do the things necessary to give him the best shot to win. That is important, right? Because you want your star and your front office and everybody to be in cohesiveness, and everyone's working together to try to get the best result and yield the best result. Lakers have options. They have a ton of flexibility going forward, right? Now, obviously, you don't want to just give that flexibility away just to give it away. Right? You got to make smart, calculated decisions. Again, no trade is better than a bad trade. Right? No signing is better than a bad signing. You start overpaying, especially with this new CBA, because Mark Walters' deep pockets don't help you in the modern NBA. Doesn't. Right? Steve Ballmer has more money than like all the owners combined. And he can't even buy championships, right? Because of the new apron restrictions. Right? So if you're the Lakers, you have to know that. You have to understand that. Like we cannot, you have to be the team that's, hey, we'll bring you here, but it has to be on our terms. Do you want to win? But you need to establish the culture. You need to build the system. You need to add the things to this team that Again, if you build it, they will come. If you have a team that looks like a title contender, a perennial title contender, when LeBron leaves, other stars are going to want to come. Right? Giannis, is he going to want to go to Lakers if he doesn't feel like he can win? No. But if he looks at it and goes, like, man, me, DeAndre Ayton, Luka Doncic, Jake LaRavia, whatever, like, man, that's a squad. Right? We can win multiple championships. Guess what? He's signing on that dotted line. He's ready to pony up and let's go. Right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.